I feel like for me, when I was kind of going through a lot of my stuff, I always referred to it as wearing sunglasses, and I felt like everything was 5 shades darker. Like I was still living life, but I wasn't feeling it as deeply as I should have. Okay, so I was sexually assaulted my freshman year at Iowa in my second semester in March, and that comes with a lot. That comes with a lot of different emotions and feelings, and it comes with its own set of problems. And so I had a good support system here, but you're emotionally unstable. One day you can deal with it, the next day you can't. One day you feel okay, the next day you can't. I remember just it hurting. I remember just everything hurting, like my emotions. I just always felt like I had something wrong with me almost. I remember there was one night I was literally having a conversation with my mom, and she said she felt me getting more and more removed as the conversation went on because I was so in my head and I couldn't deal with it. And suddenly I just felt so removed from everything, and I felt like I didn't know how to tell someone that I didn't feel the same as I had felt before. I didn't know how to tell someone, hey, I don't feel okay today. And I think part of that was that I didn't want to feel like a burden to people, and part of it is that you don't even know, I literally don't know where to begin to tell you about how I feel bad. I don't even know where to begin to tell you how I'm affected by everything. So you just kind of keep quiet and you just deal with it on your own, but that's not really what the best solution is to deal with it on your own. You need friends, and you need support, and you need family, and you need to talk to people, and I wasn't doing that. I was just dealing with it internally. I was not sleeping. There were days where I could not get out of bed. It's not like you lay in bed and you cry and that you are all emotional. You feel numb. I felt nothing, and I think that's kind of when I knew we might have a pretty big problem on our hands. Talking with a therapist was really helpful because I think that gave me a reason to kind of get out of bed on certain days, and that gave me someone to talk to who would tell me, you're going to get better. You have this moment of, wow, I'm doing a lot better than what I did yesterday, and that was what I had to hold on to. That's what got me through everything. There's no linear way of healing. There's no one fit plan that works for everyone, so I had to figure out what worked for me. And what worked for me was going to therapy and talking to my friends and family, and I think there's one day where you wake up and it doesn't hurt as much, and that's when I felt like my healing started. I think now I know a lot of my signs. I know a lot of what triggers me and how I can push myself and how I can't push myself. I think I'm not as hard on myself as I used to be, and I used to think, no, you got to push through everything and you have to do all of these things, and suddenly it clicked that you really have to take care of yourself, because if you ignore the problem is just going to get worse. There are days when it sucks, and there are days when it hurts, and there are days when I literally, I didn't want to exist anymore, but those days are no longer there, and that's awesome. That's amazing. There was no aha moment. There was no moment where I went, oh my God, I'm cured from this, because I'm not cured from it. I still have days where I don't want to get out of bed. I still have days where it hurts too much, but those days are so less frequent than what they used to be, and that's how I know I'm healing. And my rape is something that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life, but it's not the thing that defines me. There are people out there who love you so much, and that's what you have to hold on to, is that there are people who need you in this world, and there are people who would be crushed if you were no longer here, and that is what you have to hold on to, is that you are fighting this fight for yourself, and that it is going to take time and it's going to take hard work, but there is going to come a day where you will feel okay.